bup, 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 bup. Okay, so first, quite a few people, left a comment saying that they could hear a resonance in the room about 350. Bup, 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 bup. I think you can just about hear it there. Which made me quite confused because I haven't heard anything while I've been working. But I can hear it now, and I can hear it when I'm walking around. So what I've done is I've put a couple of rugs down, but also I've worked out exactly where it is in the room. If I go quite high to the ceiling, bup, bup, oh no, it's gone, bup, 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 there, and there's one over here, bup, 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 there. But if I sit here where I usually work, bup, 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 gone. I mean, I'm going to run the sweeps again after I've put the rug down. But it'll be interesting. I'll pop the sweeps up next, actually, and then we'll get into the meat of what we're talking about today. I put these on, not because I want to monitor through them, but because this is going to make a super loud noise. So I want to make sure I'm not deafened. Okay, and then we run compute. So I've run those scans. I've had to pop off and do something else yesterday, but I'm back on it now. But if you just look at the machine interface, and you can see here from the optimizer graphs how the room was before. The filter that's being applied to it, and then the after. But the stuff that's being optimized here is not only the kind of acoustic correction, but there's also these level alignments and delay alignments. Clever stuff going on. I'm not going to attempt to explain any further than that, but rest assured that is all pretty cool. So what are we going to do today? Well, I've got quite a few things that I want to talk about, but I thought it might be a good idea to start off by just writing a piece of music. So I'm going to set myself another 15-minute challenge. I'm not going to go hell for leather on this one. Let me just get the clock up and set a timer. The idea here is more about what's the process of actually writing something. And I'm just going to use a short clip. I'm going to call it an emotional transition moment. So you're coming out of a scene where there's been some kind of trauma. I'm talking kind of old school scoring in a sense now, not like you'd put some kind of drones and, ominous booms and things like that. That's all good. That's all pretty straightforward. What about trying to do something that's kind of harmonically interesting, gives you a little bit of a melody to hold on to, and takes you into a new moment? So it's like a scene transition, almost a theatrical kind of approach. Okay, right, I've whittled on long enough. I've got a vague idea in my head of something that might go, but like a kind of, I've got to start the clock, hadn't I? Cheating. Dum, 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 ba-da-da. Right. No. Oh. Right, where am I going to go? So I'm starting in C minor. Bit obvious, C minor to F minor. So we could go A flat major. Bit obvious again. That's quite nice. It doesn't have the sort of vibe trying to make this kind of like emotionally affecting. It's like something sad's just happened. But that sounds good. Ah. Nice. That's nice as well. Which is better? Panic decisions. Okay, or can't tell. I prefer that. So we're going from G major to what have we had? No. Okay, but a bit clunky. No. Ooh. Make it the 9th. Yeah, okay, right. So, A flat minor, G major over first inversion, and then to I like that because it feels like a step in an unusual and slightly unknown direction. Running a bit short on time. So, but then I want to do something. It needs a final statement. So, but we'll think about that in a second. Let's get a rough scratch piano down. It's good speed. Okay, that's enough. Right. Okay, so let's do some stuff. So the beginning, we'll put up the... what should we use? Let's use flute solo, legato. What do we got up here? The outriggers. That's fine. Good. Good. Yeah, got a bit of a verb on it. Oh, can't hear anything. Try again. Oh, God. These are the technicalities that drive you mad all the time. What's going on here? It's playing voices. Didn't turn it up. Okay. Oh, I want a bit more actual. Let's put the close mics up. I rarely use more than 2 mics. I should mention that. I've got 5 seconds to mention it. Rarely use more than 2 mics. If you start putting loads of mics up, it's just going to sound like a big mess. So I try and concentrate on the actual sound. For me, it's this. Got the close in there so I can hear the key clicks and all that nice stuff, and the outriggers to give you the width. I'm putting a little bit of, I'll put a bit more cinematic rooms on just to give it a slightly hyper-real sound. That was terrible. Right, that should have been an F flat at the end because we're in D flat minor. So I'm just going to, for the sake of quickly, I'm going to just put that down. So what I was doing there, something else is going to take over the ba-da-dum, which will probably be horns. So let's find some horns. So I just let the flute continue into just some harmony stuff. Right, I kind of want to use, I'm going to use the Abbey Road 1 horns. So let's just let that load. I'm not very good, you probably have noticed this one. I'm not very good at doing 2 things at once. My brain's not wired that way. So you'll have to forgive me stumbling over my words while I'm trying to, don't put any reverb on, while I'm trying to just make this make sense. So, longs. Oops. Why is that not following this? That's playing 2 things at once. I'm sure there's a reason for this. So annoying. Right. For some reason, it's decided to stop following the choice of record track, but I'm not going to worry about that now. I'll just deal with that as I go. So so it'll do the high stuff, and then instead of going, I'm going to do it kind of. I'm going to do it like that. Here we go. Whoops. No. I had a last minute thought and then changed my mind. Right, let's do it properly. Okay, that was a weird clash at the end, so I'm going to change this last flute note. Because what is going on at the end there? What did I say? So we are in minor. But obviously, if you have those two notes right next to each other, that's going to sound really weird. So I'm going to pull that down to there. So hopefully that'll sound okay. Yeah, it sounds much better now. You just got to be a little bit careful about how close together you get some of these things. Okay, let's do some strings. Right, I'm going to do solo strings. Let's put a viola. Right, viola, legato. What's going on here? Tree, fine. Okay. I'm going to do that on the viola. And I'm going to just let it sing out. I'm going to put some other strings around so it won't sound quite as exposed. Okay. Okay, that's way too loud, so I'm just going to pull it down a little bit here, and I'm going to put some reverb on it to sync it back a bit. I'm just going to check the start note there as well. Where did we get to with that? That's too many things on the screen. Let's just zoom out a bit. Yeah. Okay. Right, I'm going to move that roughly into the right position. Then we're going to forget solo business, and we're going to go into ensemble stuff. Actually, sections, that's what I mean. So, a appassionata. Oh, I'm going to put a cello. I want a cello coming up from the bottom. And I'm going to use the appassionata cellos here. Okay. Still, oh God, I'm still in solo for that annoying thing. Got to work this out. Really need to get on top of this. Okay, back to the appassionata cellos. Right. Okay. Okay, so what do I want to achieve from this? I want to do something. Oh, let's put the volume back up. So da 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 da. Okay, so we've got. So we are. So. So yeah, okay. I think I know what I'm going to do. So yeah, something like that. We'll work it out. Okay, because I'm trying to write fast, I'm just going to fix the last notes rather than replay it, which is what I'd usually do. So that was going to be up there. What about that? Okay, let's put a bass line on it. Oh, come on, basses. Right. Here we go. Do you know what? I'm going to reverse ferret and I'm going to put the real bass note in. Bum, dum, ba. Then go down to the D flat. So A flat first. Okay, so let's see where we're at. Did I join all those notes up? Yeah, that sounded okay, didn't it? Okay, right. I'm going to put in, I'm going to just noting time. I'm going to do something really simple on the violins. And then I'm going to put an answering phrase at the end. And I've just been thinking about that in my head. You'll see what I'm going to do. I'm just going to use that. Yeah, I'm going to do something like that. So it's taking that slightly modal thing. Let's see what happens. Go, go, go. Oh, I forgot what chord I'm in. A flat minor, G major, D flat minor. Better undo that. How are we doing for time? And I'm going to change those last three. Da, da, da. Oops. Da, 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 da. Quickly, violin twos. Oh. 15 minutes. All right, let's see where we're up to, and then I'll finish it. So we've got this. Let's take the piano out. Come on. Right, let's just add in those seconds. You'll get the idea. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's add the violas just for good measure. Ya da da. So it would be boom, bum, bum, simple. Ba da dum. Okay. Played the wrong notes after all that. Bum, bum, bum. Looks a lummy. Let's just tweak it in here. Bum, bum, bum. Check that. Okay. I'm going in a bit early. Oh, that sounded quite nice. Sorry, let's commit to it. And then make that one a bit later so it matches up. So we just put a little bit of cross rhythm in to get a clash. Oh my God, I'm cheating horribly, aren't I? It's way after the 15 minutes. Let's have a quick listen. I'm just going to put a bit more splosh on the... I didn't put any on it, in fact, but I'm going to put some splosh on the horns just to give them a fighting chance. Here it comes. Yeah, we need to turn this up, don't we? Or maybe even... Oh, God, that was a bit excessive, wasn't it? To turn it up by over 200%. We could probably just give the modulation a little bit of a kind of... hang on, a little bit of a tweak. So it just gets a bit... And just while we're at it, because I've just been cheating horrendously all the way, let's quickly pop on a boom on the end. Because, you know, we need to. And at the beginning. Okay. Bit ropey. 15 minutes, it turns out, isn't quite long enough to do something like this. But, you know, hopefully you get the idea. Just really straightforward stuff. I've got the harp up here. The idea is, if I distill it into 3 processes, coming up with whatever it is, coming up with something that's a nice melodic line, finding those moments where you're changing, where you're pivoting onto a different thing. And that's about trying to have a different emotional effect. And those are the things where, this is why I love, you know, I'm not saying don't learn about the chords and the modes and the scales. That's important to know that stuff. That's the building blocks. But when I'm writing, I put it all away. I just go by gut feel. And I, you know, getting to that, you know, chord, as opposed to, you know, they just have different emotional reactions. And so it's about finding, you know, feeling around, finding that stuff, locking that in, and then everything else is decoration. So think about it. That's the beauty of it, is once you've got your tune and you've got your chords down, you can start thinking about, what do those instruments do idiomatically? Well, the cellos love doing that kind of da, 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 all that stuff. Yeah, and ba da 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 da, all that kind of stuff. Brilliant. Probably would have come up with something a bit different if I was spending more time on it. But it would have that thing. It would be the cellos doing a kind of answering phrase to the violins, to the flute, whatever we get. And then when you have that, when you've settled on the end, that could be the end. You know, that's it. Obviously, I've added in a sixth there. Sorry. That could be the end. But actually, why not throw in just a little bit of extra ear candy and all of these things, you know, about having that, maybe that kind of, you know, what was it? You know, all of that kind of stuff. You're not going anywhere else, but you're making it more interesting to listen to, and you're adding richness and colour to your music, and that can never be, you know, a bad thing in my opinion. So I'd probably, if I was spending a few more hours on this, I'd probably fiddle around and I'd find more. I'd refine the parts here, obviously, and the performance to give it as much musicality as possible. I'd probably find a few moments where I could just pick out a note with a percussion instrument, you know, maybe with a couple of notes on the celeste or on the xylophone or whatever, Glock, I mean, and then I would get a nice balance, and that would be my transition scene. So I hope that was interesting. I could probably it might be more interesting to do proper writing, by which I mean hearing lots of mistakes, because there's always lots of mistakes, but maybe doing something over a period of an hour where it's just like, you know, make some suggestions if that's of interest of pieces that you want me to kind of show you how I'd approach. And then maybe that's an interesting thing to do, to take you through, okay, right, here's the brief. The brief is X, whatever, you know, write a love theme with a dark twist in it, or whatever the thing is. And then I'll try and write something. I'll do it properly. I'll orchestrate it. I'll finish the track, and then I'll chuck up the MIDI so that, you know, you can have a look at it and see what's going on. And maybe that's of interest. I have also got a big list of technical stuff that I'm going to address as well in kind of these short, you know, maybe 10, 15-minute videos of lots of questions that people have asked about specific technical problems or technical approaches to balancing up things, putting reverb, you know, all of these things. There's lots and lots of stuff to dive into. So there's all that kind of stuff as well. But just give me a steer on the kind of stuff you want to see on the creative side as well. And I will do more. Hope you've enjoyed that. Thank you for your very warm welcome back. It's really lovely. Really nice to have such nice messages and such a warm welcome. And yeah, I really appreciate it. Thank you.